Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Saturday, March 9th. Not too far from now, man. It's Bourbon and Bacon Fest. It's back.
Pork and booze.
Seattle Design Center is where it's happening, man. And like Steve said, pork and a buzz. And you know what? We have general admission passes, so you can get in there. 2 sessions. You want to do the day session? Want to do the night session? Doesn't matter. Maybe you'd like to go premium. How about that? You want more info? You know what to do. Go to KISW.com. Bourbon and Bacon Fest, supporting our friends at Treehouse.
Let's play B-Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa. B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to be Migs, or maybe whack him instead, because it's Whack It Wednesday.
Whack it.
Yeah, and he got whacked handily earlier
Whack
today.
it.
Yeah, he did. Boy, he stunk.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, it was more along.
got a 10 for.
Yeah, exactly. The dude got a 10 for 10.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard to beat somebody when that's happening. I just think Steve's off his game. He's done. It's time to retire. You're done, Steve. You should retire.
Whack it.
Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Christina in Redmond. Christina, are you there?
I am.
Excellent. What is she playing for today, Steve?
Tickets to check out Breaking Benjamin. They're going to be playing
Nice.
with Chevelle and 3 Days Grace over at the White River Amphitheater on September 22nd. You can win these tickets before you can buy them.
Ooh.
Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want to buy these tickets, they go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. through LiveNation.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Christina will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Christina, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
What beverage once advertised with the slogan, all the sugar and twice the caffeine?
Mountain Dew.
No.
Pepsi.
No.
Coke.
No. Which director created El Mariachi as well as directed the movie Alita, Battle Angel?
Pass.
During the Depression, people would combine water and what to make tomato soup?
Ketchup.
Yes. In what decade did Kraft release their classic mac and cheese?
70s.
No.
60s.
No.
80s.
No. In regards to muscles, pecs is a shortened form of what word?
What?
In regards to muscles, pecs is a shortened form of what word?
Pectoral.
Yes. What is the vocal range name between tenor and bass?
Alto.
No.
Pass.
According to the 2019 World Almanac, 40% of teens have done what while driving?
Text.
Yes. The pound sign has transformed into what via social media?
Hashtag.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 correct.
That sucks.
Not the best, not the worst.
I like Christina. She knows the reality. And
Very
she says
pragmatic.
it. She knows what's up.
She does
Yeah.
know what's up. But Steve's been off his game, as BJ would like to say.
Yeah,
So maybe he'll get whacked today.
Yeah.
Steve,
Yes.
are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What beverage once advertised with the slogan, all the sugar and twice the caffeine?
Wacky then. All right.
That's
our
box. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
For those who are wondering where the Mr. Wacky Dance part was, I hit it that long ago, and it finally happened.
Yeah.
Box
Yeah.
is broken.
Yeah, it is.
Time for new box.
Let's try that again.
Okay.
What beverage once advertised with the slogan, all the sugar and twice the caffeine?
Mountain Dew.
No.
Jolt.
Yes. Which director created El Mariachi as well as directed the movie Alita, Battle Angel?
I don't know. Martin Scorsese.
No.
Stephen King.
No.
Prince Puma.
No.
Prince Puma.
During the Depression, people would combine water and what to make tomato soup?
Wine?
No.
Oh, ketchup.
Yes. In what decade did Kraft release their classic mac and cheese?
70s.
No.
60s.
No.
80s.
No. In regards to muscles, pecs is a shortened form of what word?
Pectoral.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you, Bob.
What's the vocal range name between tenor and bass?
Alto.
No.
Soprano.
No.
Benner.
No.
Boner.
According to the 2019 World Almanac, 40% of teens have done what while driving?
Text.
Yes. The pound sign is transformed into what via social media?
Hashtag.
Yes. Cerebrum is the Latin word for which organ of the human body? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Steve, you win 6-4.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, sorry about that, Christina.
That's okay.
All right.
Have a good day.
There you go. There goes Christina.
Was that the victory song?
No, that was
And
the
left a nasty one on the curb.
Wow. What the hell is going on with your box? Of course, we don't get a victory song. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I know. No, you'll get it. It'll be in about an hour.
Yeah. It'll happen.
Yeah.
Eventually.
We have a new one on order, right? It's coming in,
Yes.
hopefully.
You're sampling the
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
Are we going to go? Okay.
I kind of like the broken box.
It's endearing itself to me right now.
Pardon me?
The women exposed their breasts and genitals and licked whipped cream off each other
Okay.
for money.
Interesting.
It's
Yeah.
making its own show now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's great.
Does anybody know the director that created El Mariachi?
I think he does.
No, I don't.
Oh, it's
You don't?
It's Robert Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez.
Yes.
Sorry, I was thinking of, what is it, the one with Martin.
The Three Amigos?
Yeah, Three Amigos. That's what I was thinking of. I'm like, how the hell would I know?
You know, it's called Paying Attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I've had
wonderful.
that on my mind recently. Shut up.
Oh, wow. The decade that Kraft released their classic mac and cheese, it's a lot earlier than both of you guys were
The
getting.
women exposed their breasts and genitals and licked whipped
Okay,
cream
we
off
get
each
it. The
other
women
for
are.
money.
We're talking about Kraft mac and cheese now.
The box is horny.
I guess so. So I would only go further back in time. So how far back?
The 1930s.
Whoa, that's how old
Yeah.
mac and cheese is?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have got that at all.
The vocal range name between tenor and bass.
I would have said alto as well, so I don't know.
Baritone.
Oh, the baritone.
the baritone. Dang it. I always get you.
Yeah.
But congratulations, Steve. You won. 6 correct.
Hey, caller 6, guess what you're doing? You're checking out Breaking Benjamin with Chevelle and 3 Days Grace at White River in September. Caller number 6. Yeah. All right, you win, sir. Caller 6, 206-421-ROCK. Caller number 6.
So you said, did BJ just ask what's going on with Steve's box? Isn't that a Ryan Castle question?
Yeah, it surely is.
Reboot the box.
It's too late to reboot the
box is fried.
You got to reboot it like it seems like every button you press, you got to then reboot it again. It's finally dying.
Yep.
It's on its way out.
It's definitely on its last leg.
Yeah. So So when will we get a new box? Probably next year then?
I would guess.
Yeah.
Then 2021.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
At least it was on with that.
Hey, well, that was actually... Hey, every once in a while, that stop clock.
Oh, good for you.
Okay. Well,
It's got a mind of its own.
it
BJ.
surely does. Yeah, it does. Well, I'm gonna try to forge ahead. And
I'm going to turn it off.
What? Whoever thought of doing that?
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Goodbye,
talk right
box.
there. Goodbye, old friend. Can't even say that, can it?
We'll find out.
Nope. It's going to say goodbye, old friend, at some point.
It will probably once you start talking about the story.
Oh, good for you.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Goodbye, old friend.
Ah, there it is. Jeez. Okay. Thank you, boss.
All right, back. You're off again.
So there's a financial services company in New Zealand that switched from a regular 5-day work week to a 4-day work week back in November because they wanted to try to see how it would work out.
Okay.
And I think this is a marvelous idea. I love a 4-day
So
work
it went
week.
well. Please tell me it went well.
2 universities monitored it. They said, okay, let's see what's up. Turns out, massive success. Yeah. The workers were 20% more productive on the 4 days they were at the office. So the company didn't see any drop in the total amount of work getting done, even though they were working less hours. And the staff stress levels dropped from 45 to 38%, and work-life balance scores went up from 54 to 78%. Now, this is what I didn't understand. It says they're working less hours. So are these 4 8-hour days that these people are working?
That sounds like the vibe I'm getting.
Oh, I thought they were just going to have to make up the hours by working 10-hour days.
Would you bust your ass more if they said, look, you're still going to get 8-hour days, but it's going to be 4 days instead of 5 days, but we expect the same amount of productivity? Wouldn't you? I would step up my effort.
Why not?
Yeah.
Because then you don't have, yeah, I mean, you can get stuff done and you don't have to drag it. Because there's a lot of jobs out there where you go, you know what, I got to be here for 3 more days, F this, whatever. I think that I would do the same thing. Mm-hmm. The CEO of the company says, quote, "This is an idea whose time has come. We need to get more companies to give it a try. They'll be surprised at the improvement in their company, their staff, and their wider community." Whoa, 4-day work weeks where you 4 8-hour days. Well, they've taken away your lunch break. So you literally do work 8 hours.
Right.
So it's about time they give something back.
I mean, this is not the right week for us to be campaigning for it since we only have a 3-day work week.
Yeah,
but, on any other week.
Of course. I mean,
I feel like, we deserve this.
Well, honestly, I mean, if we play our cards right, we kind of can, get that 4-day work week in our own brains, but we still have to be here 5 days a week. That's it. That's the thing. The thing is, when you have to go to your job 5 days,
right,
it disrupts everything. Even if you only work 4 hours a day, which, we could do that. We could take a Friday and say, all right, we're only going to work 4 hours this Friday and really jam everything else in. But we still have to show up on Friday. And that's what sucks. Is you have to go to your job on a day where you could just wake up and not have to go.
Not to worry about the traffic, the commute, all that. That really does factor into it.
It does. And then you have to still get dressed and look presentable, depending on the job you have. You got to go interact with people and put your job face on, if you will. So there's a lot to be said about having a day of the week that you don't have to do that. I think that, that's fantastic. And so I'm all for it. I don't know how we could do it.
Someone wants to know, are they making the same money? Well, I would imagine that their stress level would go up if they weren't.
This was actually an experiment, so I'm assuming everybody got paid the same. But now the CEO is like, I'm all for this. So you get paid the same. You're only working 4 8-hour days, and as long as you're getting your work done, and here's how I put it, if you can't get your work done, then you come in on Friday, or you come in on that 5th day and figure it out.
Uh-huh.
I love that plan. I mean, people on salary, it's kind of what they do anyway. Except,
people still have to show up all 5 days.
See, here's the other side of it, though. Usually you're working more than your 40 hours and you're on salary. Usually salary, the people get screwed because it's like, I can't get overtime, but they expect me to get a certain amount of work done. I can't get it done in 40 hours. I like the other side of it, where, you know what, I could get my work done in basically 32 hours. I could do that.
Well, like one person says 4-day work weeks. That's fine for salary jobs. Otherwise, I'm losing 20% of my income. Yeah, that's the thing they have to figure out. If you're not salaried, how are you going to make this work for somebody?
I look at it this way. If this dude can get his work done that he gets done in 5 days, he can get it done in 4 days, you pay him for 5 days' work.
No, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But good luck selling that to a company. They're going to be like, no, can't do that.
But if that's the thing that's so stupid about companies. If he's still getting it done, in other words, if he's getting 5 days of work done in 4 days, then you're getting your money's worth. Pay him the full, do it.
But what is this logic that you speak of, BJ?
I don't know what I'm talking about. You're right. I'm sorry. I love the idea, too, that, you pay people a little bit more cash and then put more people to work. So you got some people showing up on those days that the guys aren't there. Mm-hmm. And then you get, people work Monday through Thursday. Some people work Tuesday through Friday.
Yelling, it is my Friday, when it's actually a Tuesday. We'll encourage this.
Okay, forget it. This whole idea has to be scrapped because Steve hates a today's my Friday line. We got to scrap it.
Someone says I used to work 4/10s. Best schedule I've ever worked. 3-day weekends every week.
And that's 4/10s. These people working 4/8s.
Another person says, I work 4/10s. I feel like I like my job more and I get more done. Another person, I have my employees work 4/10s. They only work 2 days in a row, 2 on, 2 off, 2 on, then 1 off, and they love it. I work 5 days a week.
Ooh, 2 on, 2 off. 2 on, 1 off. I don't know. I don't know if I want the 3 days in a row or do I want the 2 on, 2 off. They're both really.
Well, let's give it a shot on both of those and see what we like.
I like this.
We need to do this for a year, though.
All right. Oh, for a whole year.
Yes.
Yeah. It has to be an in-depth study. I see what you mean. Okay. I'm for it. It's time for listeners on the loose where you pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What do you want to talk about? Well, the floor is yours. Your calls, your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by King 5.
Yeah.
Listeners on the Loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Whatever you want to talk about, this is your call. But do remember, whatever it is you're talking about, you better follow Steve's rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. How about that? And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
Just like that. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
I got a lot of texts about the sound effect box. Someone said, Aaron never says, what's happening with your box today? I spewed coffee all over my desk. I was laughing so hard. The next person, those random audio clips that got me laughing so hard, I blew a snot bubble out of my nose.
Nice.
From Chris in Oak Harbor.
So what we're saying is maybe we shouldn't replace the broken box?
And just keep it the way it is?
Dude,
that what people want?
As I was leaving the room and it went off the last time, I legitimately snorted so loud the salespeople heard me. It was cracking me up.
All right.
This is going to be total anarchy. I don't know if I can take it.
Whenever I reboot it, it's good for about a minute.
Yeah.
Or a couple of strikes on the buttons.
Kind of like me in the bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. And then it just freezes.
Yeah. I think you're describing my entire life. All right, the box stays.
We'll see.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Hey, it's our old buddy, the Radical Russian. Can we trust? Whoa. Wow, the box came through. Holy
Good
cow.
morning, boys.
Wow, it's been a long time, Rad Rush. Look, there's been a lot of tough talk from Russia here, coming to the United States, all this nuclear weapons talk. I don't know, Russia. Are we back into a Cold War? Is that why you haven't been talking to us?
Always starting with the politics, BJ.
I know, right?
I don't want to be a part of this. Look, I am
right, fair enough.
upstanding, tax-paying American citizen.
That's what I like about you, buddy.
By the way, my condolences and my thoughts and prayers are with Steve's box.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a good run.
Poor Steve's box.
We've been together for 12 years.
Yeah. Wow.
13, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, the unlucky year.
Sounding like an interesting relationship.
Steve's
13
box.
years and my fingers on its box.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all I get. So, Radical
Now it
Russian.
won't perform the way that we wanted to.
If you don't want to talk politics and you don't want to talk Steve's box, what do you want to talk?
Well, I wanted to talk about the lukewarm topic. One time I lost a bet and had to blink. So it's kind of relative right now because Tom Brady just won another Super Bowl. So 18 years ago, I was maybe like 1, 2, or 3 years in America at that point, in Washington State and watching my first ever Super Bowl game in America, Super Bowl party, the whole thing, go this team. Anyways, at the time, it was Raiders and the Patriots.
Oh, I remember that one.
Okay.
And the Raiders lose, so my bet was that if the Raiders win, all of the Patriots fans at the football game, they have to jump in a pond. Well, if we lose, it's the same thing. So I have to jump in this tiny frozen pond outside of Olympia, Washington. And let me tell you, BJ, in Murky Pond, there are tiny little things called leeches.
Oh, yeah.
And there were leeches all up and down our legs when we come out.
What was it? Was that like Lean On Me? Was that scene from that movie? Was that movie where they all got out of the water and they had like leeches on? That was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in a film.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It was very terrifying. We had to pull them off with matches and a lighter. You have to light the leech, and then it stops sucking on you, and you pull it as fast as you can. It was painful.
Did any land on certain parts of your body that you don't want them to land on? If you know what I mean.
I was not the victim of a leech on a body part, but one of the other guys was definitely the victim of having a leech on his under package.
Wow. Okay, I'm not going to jump in the frozen ponds anymore. That's not going to... There you go.
Bye, boys.
There you go.
Rush.
Radical Rush. Calling us all the way from Montana.
That's right.
Yeah, he's been relocated. I don't know what's going on there.
Somebody texted saying, Steve, did you see that the mayor of Seattle wants the NHL team name to be the Kraken?
Yeah, how cool is
Nice.
that?
I did see that. She got interviewed and she said there's no such thing as a fierce fish. And she was posing that we should call the team the Kraken. She, too, wants crackheads at the crack house.
I think it's a great idea, Jenny Durkin. Another reason why Jenny Durkin gets my vote. I have no idea politically how she's doing, but you know what?
It doesn't matter, huh?
If she's picking the Kraken, then she's my mayor.
She said, I kind of like the Krakens because it's a sea creature that is strong.
Well, yeah, the Kraken is, and
It's not going to be the Kraken.
For us fantasy people, the Kraken is a fierce animal.
I think it would be awesome, but I don't think it's going to be the Kraken. I would hope it becomes that. And speaking of hockey, just to let people know, this weekend is the big hockey challenge benefiting the Ronald McDonald House, which is something I've been lucky enough to be a part of, and I'm going to be a part of as well this year as well. So this Saturday, after the T-Birds play, I believe they're playing the Portland Winterhawks, a bunch of us are going to go out on the ice and play some hockey, or try to, for a great cause. And the whole day, there's a bunch of hockey games happening all day. Then there's the actual T-Birds game, which is the good one. That's the one to watch. And then the fun celebrity hockey challenge that they put together afterwards is going to be, it's a great day of hockey. It raises a lot of money for the Ronald McDonald House, and that's this Saturday. Just go to the Seattle Thunderbirds website for more information and for tickets.
It just feels so different whenever we talk hockey now.
I know, because there's this optimism of a team.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Steve Konowalchuk, former T-Birds coach, is going to be a part of it. That's going to be a lot of fun. Dave Tippett, who's involved with the team right now, behind the scenes, he's a former NHL coach. He's going to be helping out with this, and we're hearing some pretty big names are going to be maybe swinging by.
So who got the unlucky draw?
Of having me as a goalie?
Yes.
Whichever team doesn't have Jamie Huscroft on their team, I'd imagine, because he wants to score.
Yeah, that's it there, yeah.
Jamie, and I'm his ego booster.
There you go.
Because he could score on me at will.
Whatever team I'm on, as long as Steve's on the other team, I'm good.
I noticed that trend happening every year. I'm like, why? Well, Husky, me and you, man, we're never on the same team. He's like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I know now he's talking to the T-Birds and said, hey, make sure that Steve's the other goalie so I can score frequently.
One day
it works.
One day you're going to stop one of his shots.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, all right.
Come on, I ain't getting better, BJ.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm getting worse.
Yeah, I tried.
It's going to be fun, though. It's so much fun. It's a great time.
Yeah.
So
and you've been a part of it for many, many years, man. It's a tradition for you.
Like 10 years, maybe?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Maybe 11 years?
Yeah.
I can't remember now.
Yeah, you were kind enough to let me come along a couple times. And it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, they ask, they've been putting up these really cool videos, and I'm, they're like, what do you love about it? And I'm like, it's really great to be able to see firsthand the impact that it has on families and people that are impacted by the Ronald McDonald House. And then I asked Jamie Huscroft, what do you love about it? He goes, I love scoring on Steve.
Yeah, there we go.
Like, thanks, man.
And we love Jamie Huscroft for pointing out really what is the obvious. If you want to see a lot of goals scored, you have to stay for that charity event.
Yes.
Because it is a party.
Somebody says, I'm going to bring my suntan lotion. That way I don't have a red neck from the light going off behind.
From the light, yeah.
So it says, I want the hockey team to be the Kraken, so that over the PA system at the beginning of the game, they could do release the Kraken.
I know. It would be such a great idea.
At least name the mascot the Kraken.
Okay.
Cracky the mascot.
Yeah, Cracky. Yeah, that's a...
He could have butt crack showing too in his hockey pants.
Yeah,
he's a plumber when he's not doing the other stuff.
That's absolutely, Rev.
He's a plumber in the off season. That's perfect.
Those pipes to keep the ice cold.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You need Cracky to be there to help out.
Yeah, good little Cracky.
Not going to happen.
I think the Kraken's a great name. I really do. The Seattle Kraken is a great name. I think it needs to be given more consideration. I really
agree.
do. It's a great name.
And I thought it was terrible when I first heard it. That was my least favorite. And then the more you hear about it, granted, there's some great jokes, and maybe that's why they don't want to have it. No different than the Seahawks don't like CenturyLink being called the Clink. Yeah, maybe they don't want their fans to be called crackheads. I don't know why, but
I think why not have fun?
Right.
I mean,
and hockey is the right sport for that.
You're absolutely right, because some of the other sports take themselves way too seriously. So I 100%, I don't know if there's a petition we could sign, but if Jenny Durkin's behind it, the mayor, then I'll get behind. I don't ever get behind any politician, but I will this time.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if she wants to know that you want to get behind her.
Oh, no. Come on. No, I'm not. Don't hurt the poor woman by making her think that nobody, my wife is the only one that should have to even think about me that way.
Somebody said, BJ, I don't know if you're going to talk about this today, but how do you feel about Netflix canceling The Punisher? I'm furious. I'm canceling my account. Eat a D, Netflix.
Whoa. Holy, wow. Here's the thing.
Is it going to show up on another streaming site now? Is that the whole
we
point?
don't have we don't have it officially confirmed that indeed that's the case. But I'm telling you, this isn't Netflix. This is Disney is going to have their own app, their own network, and they're probably going to want all their own shows on there somehow. And then, of course, they own Marvel, so all the shows, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, they're all Disney property. So you got to be thinking if Disney's going to have a pay service like Netflix, they're not going to want to say, hey, Netflix, take one of our shows and you make money off of it when we could double dip and make money ourselves.
Right, when I saw that, my first instinct wasn't like, oh, these are performing poorly. That's why Netflix got rid of them. It was like, oh, they're going to this new service that's going to happen and drain our money as well.
Here's the thing, though. Will Disney want to have something, like The Punisher along with The Little Mermaid? We don't know if Disney's going to want to carry these.
Yeah, they got great crossovers.
Oh my God, that'd be fantastic.
The Little Punisher.
But even Hulu's expressed interest in saying, hey, there's a lot of stuff we'd like. And they already have a couple of Marvel TV shows, like with Cloak and Dagger and The Runaways. So maybe it'll go to Hulu, which I'm okay with.
So, Vicky, I don't know if we're getting the truth or not. If actually Netflix is saying no, well, then I don't understand why they're saying no. Now, maybe, look, Iron Fist and Luke Cage, the last two seasons, you cancel them, I don't care. But Daredevil and The Punisher, how do you not keep those shows? The last season of both of those franchises were great. Jessica Jones is fun. Her second season was and she still has a third season, which Netflix will air, even though they said they canceled Jessica after that. So I don't know why Daredevil and Punisher don't get seasons.
Too much money for their. They looked at the stats and they're like, what? Yeah. It's got a good following, but is it worth the money that we're putting into being able to produce this show of the quality that we want it to be?
See, that's what we can't find out. We can't find out.
It's odd that they're getting rid of all these shows that have everything. Yeah. They're tied all to Marvel.
But Vicky's right, because Hulu does have a couple of Marvel-based shows too. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know if Netflix is actually canceling it for their reasons, or if it's because Disney is saying you're not going to get to have these shows. I don't know. But no one's really saying why any of this is happening.
So it says, I'm glad they're canceling The Punisher because my girlfriend has the hots for him. I'm tired of hearing her ooh, ah,
Yeah, but he deserves it.
He is dreamy.
Do you have any of that for your guys' world, like with your ladies or men or like? I know for me with wrestling, freaking Randy Orton is my wife's favorite.
Oh my
wrestler.
goodness, yeah.
And it's like, okay, he's not your favorite because he's an awesome in-ring performer. Yeah. It's because the guy is dreamy. Yeah. And whenever she's on her phone, playing with her phone, until all of a sudden, I hear voices, and she's like, oh, that's his theme song. I'm going to watch. It's like, I know what you're doing.
It's beefcake, honey. Yeah. Come on.
But I have fun with it. Like when I go to see wrestling at, when it was at the Everett Arena, he comes out. I'm like, let me take a picture and send it to her. And she's like, oh, you're having a good time, I see.
Yeah.
No, you're having
feel free to send me more pictures.
Right.
From all angles. Please do it now.
Yeah, it's this. My wife. It's the guy on the Flipping Houses show. The guy. I forget his name, but he's really got the mean guy, or maybe it's
Is it the twins?
It's one dude that's on a show where he's selling. Maybe he's a real estate guy. It's not Flipping Houses.
There's only 100 of those.
Yeah,
he sells fancy real estate. Like he sells expensive.
So you've narrowed it down to 20 shows.
Yeah, and he's got a bad attitude. He yells at everybody all the time, and he's basically a richer version of me. He looks better than I do, but he's got. I look at my wife and go, "How do you like that guy? He's got my temperament. I think you'd like a guy." So basically, what she wants is somebody who looks better than me, who makes
Dresses
more than
nicer,
me, but it still has my personality.
Has a TV show.
Yeah. So there's that. I can't remember that guy's name, but it's like every time he comes on, oh, honey, I'm like, really?
Danny, what about you?
Nicholas Ladero from the Sounders.
Oh, ooh.
Every time we're watching the Sounders game, my girlfriend's like, hey. And
does she have his jersey?
She wants the shirt with his name on it, not the jersey.
Oh, okay.
She's very excited for this next season. And I'm like, the one thing she didn't like was when he bleached his hair for the playoffs, though. She was like, no, honey, what are you doing? And I was like, he should keep it bleached all year long.
Yeah, he didn't consult her. That was the first mistake.
Yeah. Don't they have a friendly? Is it tonight?
Or probably.
I think that things are already starting up with the dance.
I know. The soccer season's insane. Yeah. I think they get like maybe 2 months off.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel that way, but you're right.
Yeah, it's not a lot of time like other sports.
Yeah, today Wednesday?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Good job, buddy.
They're playing Club National de Football.
Hey, it's a friendly. What does that mean? I don't know. Exhibition?
Yeah.
I don't know what these things mean.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls and texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999.
Got a text for Listeners on the Loose regarding losing a bet, because earlier we were talking about the guy that had to slather himself up with peanut butter and go to a dog park because he lost in his fantasy football.
Yeah.
This person says, back in my freshman year of college, I lost a bet to one of my roommates on a baseball game. I had to shave my head with a razor. It ended up okay, as I actually ended up liking the look, and I've been rocking the completely shaved bald head for the last 14 years.
Oh, man. Look at get the new coif.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
Yeah, it's a new day with a new hay.
Someone else said I lost a bet on a Hawks game. I had to go to dinner in a tutu, pay for my buddy, and when the waitress asked me anything, I had to start talking with by saying pretty princess, LOL. I haven't been back to Buffalo Wild Wings since.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully more than just the tutu.
I wonder how many servers have had to deal with that, like lost bet people coming in acting weird.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I say at least a few times a year.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think?
I don't know if I could do that job. Because I'd see some idiot and I go, what the hell's wrong with you? I don't want to wait on that table.
So my husband and I, we had a bet. He lost. He had to get a certain type of waxing. Oh. Kind of like a Brazilian.
Oh, you got a manzillion.
Yeah.
Oh.
You done that?
I have never gotten a manzillion. I've done it all myself. I've got my back waxed, but that's all the only part of my body that's been waxed.
Have you done it frequently?
What, the
waxing of the back?
No.
Just once?
Twice on the radio, both times.
Okay.
And it was all because I lost, I was like, I lost a bet and I got to go do this on the radio. I think, though, it's nice to not look like a hairy beast, but, you got to go and do it all the time.
Yeah, that's too much effort.
It really is. So it's like,
Migs, did you hear about the Corey Graves stuff? Oh, dude. Oh, this is good stuff.
What's going on? What's happening?
You love juicy drama. Sometimes the drama that happens behind the scenes in the world of wrestling is way better than the stuff that goes on camera.
Oh, really?
So Corey Graves is one of their play-by-play guys. He's a big star when it comes to their announcers. Like, he's the dude. He's awesome, right? Well, apparently things aren't going very well with him and his wife, because what I would imagine is going to be his ex-wife soon.
Yeah.
She went on Instagram, posted a picture of them, their whole family, like looking nice, like a real nice picture. But the caption was rather damning.
Really?
So she says, this might be below me, but I'm hurt. I'm sad. I've put 11 years into supporting a man to accomplish his dream only for him to punch me in the gut. I've been through suicide attempts, alcoholism, among so much more with him, and stuck by his side. The kicker is finding out that he's been sleeping with one of my daughter's role models all along. And then she added Carmella, who's a wrestler in the WWE, and Corey as well. I hope you guys are happy. I really do. She soon pulled that post down.
Oh.
And then she was posting on her Instagram story, that thing that doesn't last permanently.
Yeah.
She posted like a screenshot of must have been a text from him saying, take that down. WWE lawyers are going to hit you with this. And are you drunk?
Oh,
and she's like, I've had it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, whoa.
Oh, that's not good.
And so here's the crazy part. Not that this isn't crazy enough.
Okay.
But this happens on, I think, Friday or Saturday. Sunday's a big pay-per-view. So that's going to be the next time you're going to see Corey Graves on television.
Okay.
So I'm like, is he going to even make an appearance? Like, this is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You said, it's rather awful.
And it involves another wrestler too, right?
Right.
Yeah, so this is bad for both of them.
So, first match is a women's match. It's a big tag team. First person to come out is Carmella, and he's got it. So it's like, I'm like, the WWE, are they doing
not think about that's not the first match you want to throw out there,
or flip so that she's not the first person that's being introduced and talked about?
That's just.
Oh man, I was just like, this is going to be awkward.
Wow.
And but then like at one point he says something about his. I know this is because they had a tag team championship for the women, which is the first time in forever that they've had titles for women for tag teams. And at one point he's like, I know my daughters are watching with pride. And like, what is going on?
No, he didn't say that.
Yes,
he did not say that.
Not about her, but about the women's tag team.
Still,
moment.
He
brought up his daughters.
Carmella's there, which the wife referred to as, you're sleeping with one of their idols, and my daughter looks up to these people. It's like,
I was like, what is happening?
How are you that clueless to even use that phrase?
Or he's saying it as almost like I'm still, I don't know, like as a shot at her, like a not so subtle shot at his
But we all
wife.
know this. I mean, anybody that cares knows this stuff. You just,
oh man, it was pretty crazy.
That's not good.
No.
How does Vince McMahon even tolerate this? Like, I'm surprised he hasn't even gotten involved to say, here's what we got to do. Doesn't he?
Unless he just thinks, what, it's going to blow over. We've had worse to deal with.
Okay.
I mean, hell, they just had that one of their wrestlers got arrested because he tried to fight one of the cops, took off his shirt and tried to fight one of the cops.
Oh, come on. Who does that?
It was one of the guys, one of the Usos who we've had in.
Oh, really?
Apparently, him and his wife, Naomi, who's a wrestler, she was driving what seemed to be allegedly drunk, going down the wrong way. The cops pulled him over.
Yeah.
He gets out of the car and takes off his shirt and challenges them to a fight, because that's how you handle things.
Yeah, you know what? It must have been a contact drunk, if that's the case, if he was in the passenger seat, because he had to be completely blitzed if he thinks, this is what I'm going to do.
But to answer your question whether or not he cares, they also then ended up winning the tag team title this past weekend after all that happened. So I don't think Vince...
Okay, then. You know what? No, it's any publicity is good publicity. All righty, WWE.
It was a weird weekend for the wrestlers in the WWE.
Dude, that's
that Instagram post was just like, holy smokes.
And I can, I see her point. If in fact her husband has gone through the dark places, which granted, sharing that with everybody is kind of lame. Mm-hmm. I get that she's in pain because of the support she gave him, but that's his personal life. You don't throw that out there no matter what. That sucks.
I don't know what's going on in their world. I mean, you don't know the whole story. There's obviously two sides to this story, but it was just like, sheesh, man.
I'm just surprised nobody took their shirt off. I mean, the Usos show you how to handle the problems. Nobody took their shirt off and challenged the cop. That's what you do.
I still know how sometimes some people aren't very bright when they read this, and they sometimes read everything as if she meant, like, getting punched in the gut is a saying. And there were people like, I can't believe he hit her. And it's like,
oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's a phrase. It's a phrase. Right. It's like getting punched in the gut. That's how.
It's like, I just say, like, I kicked in the, where
is that an old man's kind of reference that some people don't get? I don't know.
I think most people know that when you say it's like a punch to the gut, that they're actually not.
Do you know that, Danny?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right. Vicky, you know that?
Yep.
Okay, good.
See?
All right. So
and we're all not very bright, and we do that.
So, well, then again, there are people on the internet that are not that bright.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, you're right. They're all smart. What am I? You know what? Why am I judging everybody? The internet is just filled with the brightest stars.
Big question from a texter. And
yes.
I heard you guys talking when we were off air. It seems like this is a show that people are obsessing on our show. BJ, have you watched The Umbrella Academy on Netflix?
Well, first of all, there's
how dare you ask such a
First of all, I'm not the guy to ask, is what I was going to say.
Oh.
Because we got binging Betty over here, and also her new brother. I mean, talk about Rev didn't know about the Umbrella Academy. Vicky and I have both read the comic book, which was written by Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance.
Yep.
So,
wow.
Yeah. So how about his comic book, which was really good, gets turned into a Netflix series, which is really good. I've only watched one episode, but it's good.
Wow.
Rev and Vicky, well, they've gone insane.
Yeah.
I watched 90% of it in one day. And there's 10 episodes, so I watched 9 episodes in one day.
9 hours.
Yeah.
Nothing got done that
An hour
day.
an episode, you said, right?
About, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I wasn't that crazy. I split it over 2 days.
Yeah, there you go. You're more
Technically,
reasonable.
I did too, because the next day I watched the last one.
I was about 5 and 5 on that, but it's an amazing show.
And the music in it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
The entire season just has great fight sequences with songs you wouldn't think to put in there, and it works.
Like emo punk pop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is. I just know it is.
No, it's a well done show, and Robert Sheehan is in it. He's from the show called Misfits, and Vicky and I love that dude.
Ellen Page is in it.
Ellen Page is awesome.
Juno.
Yeah, she's also Leahy's daughter in the first season of the Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Thank you. I'm speaking my language.
Now you get it. Yeah.
No, I keep reading people. It felt like this week. Was this like the first?
Yep, Friday.
It just came out. Okay, because everyone was talking about it on social media.
Yeah, it's well done. It's just really, really well done.
It was one of those, I had it playing first day, and
what's it about?
This is a tough one.
It's let me just find a dysfunctional family of superheroes come together to solve the mystery of their father's death and the threat of the apocalypse and more.
Oh, it's like No Ordinary Family, pretty much.
Nothing like No Ordinary Family.
I mean, there's a family and they're not ordinary.
That's about it.
That's
that's about all
the plot for season 2.
Yeah,
we just never got to it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Got there.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if it was the plot to season 2 and they just decided to call it something fancy, the Umbrella Academy?
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of, the thing is, there's a lot of broken people in this. That's really what it is. It's just a lot of broken people who, by the way, have superpowers to some degree, but then, they're quirky superpowers to boot. And it really is just, if you love the comic book, sometimes you go, God, how are they going to translate this to the screen? And they've done a nice job.
Oh, and Miss Mary J. Blige is in this.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And she is really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
She's a badass.
She plays a hitman named Cha-Cha.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's, again, you think about people that's not their first calling to act. Because she was a musician beforehand. Does a good job acting.
One texter says the Umbrella Academy is awesome. I feel like the director didn't give two craps whether the audience would like it or not. Stuck to the original weirdness and vibe, and it turned out legendary.
Yeah. There's a character named Number 5 who basically his story is that he's like in his 50s and 60s, but he's trapped in a kid's body. So it's so funny to have him just act like this cranky old guy, but it's a little kid doing it.
Yeah, and he's holding his big old margarita and just okay, cool.
Yeah, it's really,
So I should check this out?
I think you'd like it.
I hope you like it. Steve.
I think if you can have a little bit of the Seattle's finest, if you know what I mean, you will very much enjoy it. Yes,
that's it.
Yes.
I know. I worry about Steve. Sometimes he's like, this is too weird.
I worry about Steve all the time, so join the club.
My mom was digging on it because I had it playing.
Your mom hates everything.
Oh, no, she loves it. She got me into Game of Thrones.
No, it's just you that she doesn't like.
Oh, that's what it is. Well, I am everybody's everything.
But I left the room. I'm like, let me turn it off. I'll change it something. She's like, no. I want to keep watching. I'm hooked.
Oh,
so
nice.
She's into it, and she watches it in Spanish.
Oh, you know what? I'd love to see what the Steves of the world think of it, or the Dannys of the world, because obviously the three of us are geeks, and so
Dan, you haven't seen it?
No, I have not. I didn't even know this was a thing. I knew that I had heard about it because I followed Gerard Way, but I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was a new album he was doing or something.
Oh, dude, no! If you're a Gerard Way guy, it's brilliant what he's done with the comic book, and then the TV series is just such a nice translation of the comic. It makes me mad because you're good at one thing and you're good at another thing too. You write great comics, got a TV show. Oh, and you're a musician. Okay, fine.
Well, at least he doesn't look as good as he used to.
Oh, there's that.
I saw those pictures.
Yeah,
it's like damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, just
age hits all of us. I get it.
Well, have you seen that meme where it says, "When did David Lee Roth become Dr. Smith from Lost in Space?" I don't know if you've seen that too. David Lee Roth, of course, was like one of the handsomest guys in the world, and now he looks like a character on the old Lost in Space show. Yeah, you're right. I know Gerard Way does look a little different, just a bit. All right, let me tell you about this woman that got into a fight with the cops. Why? Well, I mean, it's reasonable. It's all because of a pinball machine. And I'll tell you why this all happened at 9:49 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Here's a wonderful story about a 26-year-old woman who was, at a bowling alley in Pennsylvania, wanted to have a little bit of fun. Had a couple of drinks, had a couple more drinks, probably had a couple more drinks. She had a lot of drinks.
Okay.
And you know what she said? She says, I want to play me some pinball. But unfortunately, you know what? It was a mean pinball. It ate her money. She didn't get to play a whole lot of it. The bowling alley gave her a refund, but she was still so mad that she beat up the pinball machine. She's like, I've had it with you.
She's cute.
That's her mugshot?
Picture of her, yeah.
Whoa! See, you never know who's going to be a crazy bee.
Right? She's definitely going to go on Mugshot Bays on Twitter.
Yeah, she fought the cops when they showed up, too. She was fighting the machine, fighting the cops. Yeah, she was drunk. Very drunk. Charged with aggravated assault, resisting arrest.
She threw a cup of water in someone's face. That's always such an epic move.
Oh, that is the epic move. Hey, Kathy Faulkner, she's in with Ryan Castle. She's up next with your morning 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
I lost a bet and I had to do blank.
We got a tweet from our friend Ellen from Q13 Fox.
Oh, hello, Ellen.
She said I had to put my face underneath the butter machine at a movie theater.
Is she getting like a full-on mask or is she eating it?
Dude,
Yeah.
I would do that at the Krispy Kreme factory. I put my face on, how you see how they make them when that wall of glaze comes down? I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yo, there's movies that do that for you if you want.
Why do you got to make it like that? Okay.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. laughter.com. Thanks for listening.